So I learned three pretty important lessons today. First being that staying up all night to play Halo 4 and then waking up early to go vote is actually pretty difficult. The next being Burger King coffee sucks. And finally, Halo 4 is pretty doggone awesome. But what's going on, guys, in the works? And yeah, I've been playing a lot of Halo 4. And I got this at midnight because you guys know that I was so excited for this game. This was one of the games that I felt like could be the surprise game because a lot of people they didn't really know what to expect with 343 Industries doing Halo because it's the first Halo game without Bungie being at the helm. So a lot of people seemed kind of skeptical, and from what I had seen of the game, I had been watching live streams, I had been watching all sorts of footage of it. I was actually pretty impressed. I thought that this could be a very surprisingly good game, and thankfully, I can say that turns out to be true. This is a pretty awesome game. And for a Halo game, I don't think they could have made this game run any smoother. And get out of my way, dude. I'm trying to snipe. But I don't think they could have made this game run any smoother. I was literally... I was lost for words when I first played it. Because I was like, man, this is Halo? Because coming from PC, it did take me a long time to readjust to the analog sticks. In fact, I have not adjusted at all. I'm still trying to get to the point where I feel like I've got my Halo shot back. Because I've always been a Halo guy. Back when I was in college, I played so much Halo. When I was in high school, I played a lot of Halo LAN parties. In fact, I worked for a gaming shop that actually had Halo LAN parties. So I was always having those going on in there. So I was a little bit above average when it came to Halo. But being a Battlefield player now, I haven't really played much on console lately. Kind of lost my abilities on the stick, so there was a pretty big adjustment period for me. But this game runs super smooth. I was literally shocked at how smooth it ran for a 30 frames per second game. So it looks good, it plays good, and it's just an awesome game. Now there are some things that I kind of gets on my nerves a little bit. I'm not thrilled with the way the spawn system works. But I think it could be okay. I think it just takes a learning period to kind of figure out how they work. Right now it seems like we're getting spawn killed a lot, especially on some of the big team Slayer maps. And that's another thing that it kind of gripes me, is it seems like the big team Slayer maps, with the exception of this one, are kind of small. Like when I think of big team Slayer, I think of pretty big spread out maps. And that's what I'm playing here because I'm playing with I think 5 or 6 buddies. So we had to go into the big team Slayer playlist because it's 8v8. Because the standard Halo playlist is just 4v4. And we don't want to make someone get stuck on the other team. But I've really been enjoying the map selection to an extent. But like I said, I don't think that they work well on Big Team Slayer. I think they work much better on just like Team Slayer and maybe like Capture the Flag and stuff like that. And one of the game modes I actually missed the most is the game mode from Reach, where you actually had to play as the Covenant and defend an area. It was kind of like Rush from Battlefield 3. It would be like you have a little area to defend. You had to defend the generator from the Spartans attacking, and that was always a lot of fun to me. But I think that actually fit the Reach kind of storyline a little bit better than the Halo 4 storyline. And I have yet to play the campaign, but I probably will be doing that later today. Like I said, I'm a little bit drained because I got up early to vote. And it was nasty. I rolled out of bed and I was like, man, do I really want to get up to vote for a president when I've been up all night playing Halo 4? And I was like, yes, I have to. As a political science major, I would feel pretty guilty if I couldn't even vote in the election because I had spent all my time up playing video games. But let's talk about the game somewhat. Now, the biggest difference in my eyes in this and Halo Reach or Halo 3 is the class loadout system. I mean, that loadout system is something that you're not really used to in Halo. Halo has always been a game that you start with the assault rifle, you gotta work your way up to the power weapons, and that's always been one of the biggest draws to it. So I was pretty skeptical with the class loadout system. But once I saw it, once I kind of fooled around with it, I was like, okay, this can be, this can be alright. I think I can get used to this. So I have kind of adjusted to that. I think that most people are probably going to run the DMR. Most people are going to probably run the BR between those two. I don't think too many people are going to waste their time running an assault rifle unless there's some close quarters maps and stuff like that. But for the most part, I think most good players are going to run either the DMR or the BR. And that's kind of a shame because I feel like the assault rifle will never get used now that we can choose the ability to pick what we start with. So that's a lot of fun. Now, I haven't really played anything other than Big Team Battle, though, so I haven't witnessed kill cams or anything like that, and I've been told kill cams are in the game. I'm not sure which game mode. Like I said, this is just more of my first impressions after playing probably about 4 or 5 hours of Halo 4, so Obviously, the game is still fresh. I mean, I'm trying to get this out there because I always like doing these. When a new game comes out that I've always been excited about, I always like to do a first look. Like I recently went back and looked at my first look where I talked a little bit about Halo Reach, and I was actually a fan of Halo Reach when it first came out, but as the game kind of went on, I was like, okay, maybe I don't like this as much, and eventually I got to the point where I was like, okay, I don't really like Halo Reach at all. Because let's face it, Halo Reach, in my opinion, was one of the worst Halos out of the bunch. Like I think that it failed to capture what I really liked in Halo. It just felt way too different. Well, this right here, it feels different. There's no doubt about that. But it feels like Halo, but it feels like a new game. I know that's so conflicting. You're like, okay, you just said like 3 different things in one sentence. I mean, it feels like Halo, but it feels different. And I think it's important to capture the essence of the game without changing it a lot, but in the same respect, you've got to innovate. I think that's what Call of Duty fails to do a lot of years. I think Treyarch has done a good job with that, but it's nothing compared to what 343 has done here. Like, when I play this game, I have so much fun. Like, I don't even care what I go in score-wise. Like, to me, Halo has never been about score. It's been about teamwork. It's been about winning. And there is a steep learning curve on this game. I basically rediscovered that when I picked it back up. I was like, man, I am getting pummeled. And when I played Halo pretty routinely, I never really had to worry about going negative. I never had to worry about trying to get in there and learn how to play the game. But with this game, it's been a challenge to me. Like, I've actually had to pick it back up and feel like I have to relearn Halo. And to me, that's something I like. I like a challenge. I've never been one to want a game to be super easy. So even though it was frustrating for me at first, I did get the hang of it, and I have really been enjoying this game. So let me know what you guys think so far. Are you enjoying Halo 4? But if you missed any of my last videos, now's a chance to catch up, and I will see you guys next time. Peace.